Hello and welcome back. So in this lecture, we are going to learn how we can use NgRx data in a lazy loaded module. If I go to VS Code, here I have a root module, which is this AppModule.ts. So inside this AppModule.ts file, I have this app module, which is the root module of our application. And this app module is loaded when our application runs for the first time. Now, we also have another module in this application, which is the courses module. And this courses module will be loaded whenever the user moves to the courses route. So if I go to our application and if I go to home page and let me reload the page. Before that, let me open developer console here and let me go to network tab. Let me clear everything here. If I restart this application by clicking on this reload button, everything which is related to the root module, to the app module, that will be loaded when our application starts initially. After that, this counter route we have, and if I go to this counter route, to this counter link, it is going to load the counter module. So the counter is also lazy loaded module. So any code related to this counter module, that will be lazily loaded. And in the same way, if I go to this courses page, that is also lazily loaded. So you see, the code related to this courses module has been loaded when we first visited this courses route. So our courses module is also lazily loaded. But the entity which we are using in our application, so if I go to EntityMetadata.ts file, there we are creating the courses entity and the lesson entity. Now here I have kept this lesson entity, but we are not going to create it. But we have this courses entity which we are using in our courses module. Basically, we are using the courses entity in the components which we have declared in the courses module. So I don't need to have this courses entity globally. Since I'm using this courses entity only in the courses module, I can keep this courses entity in the courses module. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, first of all, let me uncomment this line, these two lines, and there instead of setting it to true, I'll set it to false. We can also remove it if we want, but I want to keep it for your reference. So I'll simply set it to false. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that we have a configuration called entity dispatcher options, which we can set for an entity. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this entity, or I'll cut it from here, and I will go to CourseModule.ts file, and there I will create that entity metadata because I want to use this entity metadata, basically this course entity and this lesson entity, only in the courses module. And that's why I don't want to set this entity metadata inside this entity config, which we are using for the entire application. Now the problem is in here when I have created this entity metadata map, also to use this, we need to import it. Somehow I also need to register this entity metadata map. What I can do is I can export it from here and then I can import it inside this entity metadata.ts file and then I can register it here. But again, that will mean the same thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to comment this code. Now, since I have commented this entity config, if I go to app module, there we will have error because in the app module, we are trying to register this entity config, which is not present now because from this entity metadata.ts, we are not exporting that entity config. So here, what I'm going to do is, okay, I'm in the courses module. Let's go to app module. So here, first of all, we will have the error here. So I'll comment this line. And since I have commented this line, now I cannot use this entity config. So here I will simply pass an empty object like this. Okay. So we have resolved this issue in our app module. There, for this for root method, we are simply passing an empty object. And now in the course module where we have created our entity metadata, somehow we need to register it. Now remember that here I cannot go ahead and import entity data model like this. I mean entity data module like this, and on that call forFeature or forChild method. If you see this entity data module, it does not have any forFeature or forChild method. It only has this forRoot method. So I cannot add this entity metadata which I'm creating here to this data module, to this entity data module using a method like forChild or forFeature. Then how are we going to do that? For that, we have another way. Here inside this course module, I'm going to specify a constructor. Using this constructor, I'm going to ask Angular to inject an instance of entity definition service. So here I'm going to create a variable. I'll call it as EDS for entity definition service, and it is going to be of type entity definition service. And now using this entity definition service, I can simply say EDS dot register metadata map. And which metadata map do we want to register? We want to register this entity metadata map. So in this way, we have registered our entity metadata map. This is one thing. And also if I go to AppModule.ts, there we are also providing our course data service. But again, this course data service we are only going to use in our courses module. So I'm going to cut it from here. Okay. And I'm going to provide it inside our course module. So in the course module, let's add the providers array, and there I'm going to provide our course data service, and to use it we also need to import it. And after we have provided the course data service, the next thing which I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Angular to inject an instance of entity data service and course data service in our course module. So again, using the constructor, I'm going to ask Angular to inject an instance of entity data service and entity course service. All right. And let me also cut this line from here and let's paste it here. So we are registering our course data service for this course entity inside this courses module. Let's save the changes here in the app module. I can remove this constructor. Let's save the changes. And with all these changes, let's go to our application. So you can see the application data is still fetched from the backend, and we can see it here in this courses page. If I try to edit a course, let's say this Node.js course, and let's say I want to edit its title, I want to add 2025. If I click on this update course button, okay, it has updated the course. Today my network is a little bit slow, that's why you will see these changes a little slower because of the network issue, but you can see that the changes are displayed here. So the course was updated, and we can see that updated change here. So update is working. Let's say if I want to delete a course, maybe I will delete this JavaScript course here. And if I click on this OK button, this course should be deleted. So you can see that course is deleted. So the delete functionality is also working. If I want to see the details of the course, I can click on this view button and it will show us the details of that course. So all the functionalities are working as expected. But now I'm using NgRx Data in my lazy loaded module. So this courses module, this is my lazy loaded module. So everything related to courses module, like this course data service, this entity metadata, which we are using for courses, everything I have moved to lazy loaded module, to this courses module. So this is all I wanted to cover in this lecture. The main thing which you need to remember here is this entity data module does not have any for child or for feature method to register an entity config only for a specific module. So if you want to register a metadata, like if you want to register this entity metadata for the courses module, we need to make use of the constructor of our module class, and there we need to inject an instance of EntityDefinitionService, and using that we can register our metadata for that particular module. Okay. All right, so this is all I wanted to cover in this lecture. If you have any questions from this lecture, then feel free to ask it. Thank you for listening and have a great day.